Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Jared Vanderbilt was considered a starter or the Lakers' sixth man. After being injured for a long time, the player lost his place and is getting few minutes on the court. The Lakers are determined to trade Jared Vanderbilt. One of Los Angeles Lakers' top trade chips has lost a lot of value around the NBA. A new rumor claims that a player the Los Angeles Lakers view as a valuable chip in a future blockbuster trade doesn't have the value they expect around the NBA. This has been a better season than some expected for the Lakers. After a second straight season in the play-in tournament, many doubted if newbie head coach J.J. Redick could elevate LA's roster into being a title contender. However, he has proven to be a great find for the front office and could be the team's head coach for the next decade. Even before the Lakers made a game-changing trade for Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic, they were one of the better teams in a tough Western Conference. Now, with the former MVP candidate and league icon LeBron James leading the charge into the playoffs, LA is a dark horse to reach the NBA Finals this spring. However, if they don't reach the finals, Los Angeles Lakers fans should expect the team to make moves in the summer to bolster the roster around their two stars. But a new report suggests that making impactful deals could prove difficult because one of their best trade chips no longer has the value he once did. Los Angeles Lakers veteran Jared Vanderbilt has limited trade value around NBA. At least in the conversations I've had, people outside of the Lakers seem to be lower on Jared Vanderbilt than the Lakers are, The Athletic Lakers insider Jovan Buha reported on his YouTube channel. I think there is a little bit of a gap there in terms of how people perceive him versus how the Lakers perceive him. The 26-year-old became a key part of the Lakers' rotation after arriving 3 seasons ago. He is a versatile wing player who is valuable because of his ability to guard multiple positions at a high level and his rebounding. However, he has played in only 86 games over his 3 seasons in LA due to injuries. That, mixed with a limited offensive game, has hurt his value significantly. Over the last year, the assumption has been that he would be a valuable chip in another major trade. However, Buha believes Vanderbilt, being packaged even with a first-round pick, will no longer get the return the team expects. Based on his conversations he's had with decision-makers around the NBA, Austin Reaves understands becoming really good team is process for Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers were unable to overcome their first-half offensive struggles in Thursday night's loss to the Golden State Warriors. While LeBron James and Austin Reaves finished the game with 33 and 31 points, respectively, most of that came in the second half as the Lakers could get nothing going early. As a team, the Lakers shot just 35.7% from the field in the first half, totaling just 47 points and trailing by 13 at the break. With the postseason just around the corner, the Lakers still find themselves figuring out their offensive flow and rhythm, and while Reaves understands that's part of the process thanks to their mid-season moves, it is still frustrating. I mean, you're not ever gonna play a perfect game. You wish you could, but it's frustrating, Reaves said after the loss. That's part of the process of becoming a really good team. You gotta go through those ups and downs, battles of going through situations where you have to figure it out. If everything was always smooth sailing, if at any point in the future it doesn't get there, if it's a little rocky, then you kind of don't know what to turn to once you go through things like this. You have to adapt and adjust, and that's what we'll do, so we'll be better in the future. As Reaves said, the important thing for the Lakers is to learn and adjust during the rough stretches. One thing that the Warriors did defensively was to switch everything, and Reaves knows the Lakers still have to figure out what works best in these situations. Just trying to figure out everything that works for us, Reaves added. We see flashes of things that we do that are good, and then we kind of experiment with other stuff and it doesn't look so good. We just gotta figure out what we can do as a unit to combat their 1-5 Reds. It is a very real possibility that the Lakers could see the Warriors in the playoffs, perhaps even in the first round. If that were to be the case, Reaves and the rest of the Lakers will no doubt be studying this contest and make the proper adjustments to come out on top. J.J. Redick says Lakers want home court advantage in playoffs. The loss to the Warriors was also huge in the West standings as the Lakers dropped back to fourth in the conference, just one game ahead of Golden State. And head coach J.J. Redick made it clear that his team wants home court for at least the first round of the playoffs. "Yeah, we would like to be in the top four," Redick said before Thursday's game against the Warriors. "We would like to have home court. I think beyond just playing well at home, it would be nice for our guys to finish in Portland and then be able to be home for 9 or 10 days." Redick noted that with all of the road trips the Lakers have had recently, it would be great for his team to be able to stay home for a while to start the postseason. Lakers' potential center target predicted to take pay cut. The Los Angeles Lakers' search for a starting caliber center in the offseason could lead them to the Atlanta Hawks' Clint Capella. Bleacher Report's salary cap expert Eric Pincus named the soon-to-become unrestricted free agent center as the Hawks' most likely flight risk. The Hawks must decide if Clint Capella is their starting center of the future or whether they should hand the reins to 24-year-old Onyeka Okongwu. Capella is taller, 6 feet 10 inches, than Okongwu, 6'8", but he's almost 31 and has slowed with age. The Hawks can look for a center in the draft, via the Los Angeles Lakers and/or Sacramento Kings first-rounders, or in free agency, Pincus wrote. If the Hawks, who have Capella's bird rights, do not bring him back, the Lakers could get him for the cheap, as low as the taxpayer mid-level exception or more than the non-taxpayer mid-level, depending on his market this summer. Capella should find suitors elsewhere, although he'll undoubtedly be taking a pay cut from his $22.3 million salary this season. He should sign a new deal in the $5 to $14 million per year range, Pincus added. Capella will join a crowded center market led by fellow unrestricted free agents Brook Lopez, Miles Turner and, Al Horford, Kevin Looney and Naz Reid, player option. Turner is the obvious top choice, but the Lakers do not have the cap room unless LeBron James declines his player option and signs elsewhere, which is unlikely happening. A sign-and trade with Turner is possible, but the Lakers need to give up rotation players to match salaries, and besides, they only have their 2031 first-round selection and 2 pick swaps to potentially offer Indiana. But after Lakers vice president and general manager Rob Pelinka pulled off the Luka Doncic trade and nearly traded for Mark Williams, anything is possible. If they want to retain their core and just add a center, Capella is a cheaper option. Capella perfectly fits the mold of a rim-running center, which Luka Doncic asked the Lakers to get for him upon his arrival. Jackson Hayes showed some flashes, but he is inexperienced and has yet to put together a large sample size to make the Lakers believe he could be their long-term center. The 31-year-old Capella isn't the long-term solution either, but he could bridge the gap while the Lakers bid their time to have access to more draft assets to dangle for a bigger name. Capella is having a down year, averaging only 8.9 points and 8.1 rebounds with 1.0 blocks, but that's because he's playing less in the Hawks' crowded center rotation. He's only playing 21.4 minutes, his lowest since the 2015-16 season. A move to the Lakers could give him starters minutes and potentially return to being the league's most prolific offensive rebounder. The Lakers have waived former lottery pick Cam Reddish to create roster space for Jordan Goodwin, whose two-way deal was converted to a standard contract to make him eligible for the playoffs. Goodwin, 26, has exhausted his eligibility as a two-way player for the Lakers after their win in Indiana. The undrafted guard has played well enough to warrant a playoff roster spot for the Lakers. The undrafted guard is averaging 6.4 points, 3.9 rebounds, 1.4 assists and 1.2 steals in 20.5 minutes while shooting 41% from the three-point line. Skip Bayless sends three-word message on Luka Doncic's physical. Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers lost 123-116 Thursday night to the Golden State Warriors at Crypto.com Arena. Los Angeles was led by 21-time All-Star LeBron James, who contributed 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists on 10-4-15 shooting. Doncic struggled with efficiency in the loss. Shooting 6-4-17 from the field and scoring just 19 points, it was his first time scoring under 20 since February 25, his fifth game with the Lakers. Doncic previously hurt his elbow against the Houston Rockets on Tuesday, but claimed it didn't contribute to his poor shooting in Thursday's game. After a performance Doncic deemed unacceptable, he went on to detail his frustration with his performance. Los Angeles Lakers guard Luka Doncic. Copyright Kiyoshi Miyamane Images and #169. Kiyoshi Miyamane Images. Very frustrated. It's always frustrating when you can't help your team like that, said Doncic, via Spectrum Sportsnet. But I think it's not always about scoring, you can do some other stuff on the court. Assist, rebound, defense, all of that, so just trying to help in other ways. While many chalked this up to an off night for Doncic, Skip Bayless pointed out his physical appearance with a 3-word message on X, Luka looking thick, he wrote in a post that has since tallied over 5 million views. Luka looking thick. Skip Bayless, at Real Skip Bayless, April 4, 2025. This loss was an important one for the Western Conference playoff race, as it dropped the Lakers back down to the 4th seed, and lifted the Warriors back into 5th. Still, just 2.5 games separate the 3rd-seeded Denver Nuggets and the 8th-seeded Los Angeles Clippers. With just 6 games remaining in the regular season for the Lakers, it seems unrealistic that they can jump the Rockets for the 2nd seed, 3.5 games back, so they must win games to avoid dropping down to the play-in tournament. The Lakers have competed in the play-in tournament in 3 of the last 4 seasons. Lakers champ Dwight Howard officially elected to Hall of Fame. Former Los Angeles Lakers All-Star and champion, though not in the same season, Dwight Howard is now a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Sources inform ESPN's Shams Charania that the 6'10" big man is set to be enshrined in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame this year. He will join his 2021-22 Lakers teammate Carmelo Anthony among the class of 2025. Howard, a low-post behemoth in his prime, was selected by the Orlando Magic with the number 1 overall pick straight out of high school in the 2004 NBA Draft, which also included future All-Stars Andre Iguodala, Luol Deng, Devin Harris, and Howard teammate Jameer Nelson. The charismatic big man followed in the footsteps of Orlando predecessor Shaquille O'Neal in more ways than one, leading the Magic back to the NBA Finals in 2009 as an All-NBA superstar. Like O'Neal, he eventually forced his way out of town and headed west, to the Western Conference, that is, to link up with the Lakers in 2012-13. While O'Neal left for the Lakers in free agency, Howard, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year with Orlando, agitated to be traded, and eventually got his wish. Although that Los Angeles squad also fielded future Hall of Famers Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and Steve Nash, everyone aside from Howard was a bit long in the tooth, and Howard was waylaid by a back injury for much of the year. The team finished with a middling 45-37 record and, after Bryant tore his Achilles tendon late into the regular season, was easily swept out of the first round of the West playoffs by the San Antonio Spurs. Howard departed to link up with James Harden on the Houston Rockets as a free agent that summer. 2013-14 would mark his final All-Star season, but several of those Houston squads enjoyed deep playoff runs. Eventually, Howard became something of a journeyman rim-rolling big. He saw himself passed around between the Charlotte Hornets, his hometown Atlanta Hawks, and the Washington Wizards while finishing out a maximum deal he had inked in Houston. Howard then signed on with the Lakers again, as a free agent, in 2019-20, to serve as a backup big on a deep, defense-first team anchored by All-NBA superstars LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That season, the 8-time All-Star and 8-time All-NBA honoree would go on to win his first and only title as a critical bench cog with LA. The veteran big man wrapped up his career with minimum salaried stints backing up Joel Embiid on the 2020-21 Philadelphia 76ers and then Davis in a return appearance on the 2021-22 Lakers. Across 3 seasons in LA, Howard averaged 10.7 points on 61.6% field goal shooting, 8.8 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks for his 18-year NBA career. He averaged 15.7 points, 11.8 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, 1.3 assists and 0.9 steals a night,